Hi there, folks, and welcome back to the Oshkosh Capital Connection, an opportunity for you to get connected with your local state lawmakers. I'm here today with Senator Dan Feyen of the 18th District, and welcome to the Oshkosh Media Studio, Senator.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming back. We always appreciate you taking a little bit of time to come and chat with us. So the heavy lifting in the legislature is now passed. The budget, as you mentioned to me, was passed on time. So what are you working on now? What's new?
Well, back to the budget. The budget was passed on time. I know it's very important to a lot of our municipalities, townships, school districts. It's very important to them. So we're very happy to get that passed right on schedule, as we told them we would. And they were a little shocked when it actually happened.
A couple of things we talked about before we came on the air here. Some bipartisan bills being passed in the Senate.
Correct.
Despite sometimes what you might hear about the discourse down in Madison, the Senate is hard at work,
sure.
And including some school funding for the Oshkosh area school district. So why don't you talk about that a little bit?
First, on the bipartisan level, we were on the floor in October and November, and we passed well over 60 bills and resolutions, and I would say all but like 5 of those had overwhelming bipartisan support. So we do get along with our Democratic colleagues down there. We work very well together on a lot of issues. The only things you hear about on the news usually are the things that aren't bipartisan. So it's unfortunate, but we actually get a lot of good stuff done for the citizens of the 18th Senate District and Wisconsin as a whole. So on the school funding, we were very happy to get additional school funding. Again, when I ran for this job, one of my priorities was adequate school funding. In the last 2 budgets, we've put in well over $600 million in additional brand new funding going to all the districts. And what that means in this current budget cycle that we're in right now, it means that Oshkosh Area School District will get an extra $8.1 million over the course of the next 2 years in additional state funding. That's on, brand new money going to the Oshkosh School District and all the districts around the state as well.
And I asked you this question before. That $8.1 million that in new money that's going to the Oshkosh Area School District, does that go to the school district and then they're able to allocate that as they see fit, or where does that money wind up going?
Some of it works that way, but some of it has to be used on mental health, which they've been asking for a lot more money in that area. Some of it goes to special education. So there's some certain earmarks, but it's the areas where there's earmarks on it that they wanted more money in that, and there's some that they can just use it wherever they need it as well.
So we talked about education and some bipartisan bills that you've been working on. What other kinds of things have you worked on over your tenure? What other things have you accomplished, and what are the things that are important to the people here in Oshkosh?
Well, one of the things that's very important to the people in Oshkosh, if you drive around, you can see one of the most popular signs you'll see is a help wanted sign. It's unfortunate, but when I ran for this job, it was a skills gap. I thought we just needed more people with better training. Now it turns out we just need actually more people. So one of the bills I did with Representative Mike Rorkast, just to the north of here in Neenah area, we did a bill to put $6.8 million into workforce attraction and marketing for Wisconsin. And well over half of that goes to attracting veterans transitioning out of military service to have them come to Wisconsin. And so we have a team that goes out to all the job fairs and the job fairs on these bases as they're transitioning out, and they're selling Wisconsin, and they're doing a really great job. We're hearing anecdotal evidence from Microsoft, and I've had some military people in my office talking about what a great job these guys are doing. They're very effective, and they're getting people to come here.
Oh, that's great to hear. I should mention today is Veterans Day. We're recording this in mid-November, and you had a chance to go to a pancake breakfast out in El Dorado, which is just outside of town here, between here and Oshkosh a little bit, and they were raising money for the VFW Honor Flight. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Well, it was one of those things where, as a senator, you get around to a lot of events. But when I saw this on my calendar, or I saw it on their website, I thought, for the VFW, I didn't even realize it was supporting an honor flight. So my wife and I went out to El Dorado to have the pancake breakfast and support the VFW. Very good group of people, but we found out it was for the Old Glory Honor Flight, a fundraiser, so it was even more rewarding. The veterans, they really deserve that, and I talked to a veteran who went on it this past year flying out of EIA in Oshkosh. And he said it was just one of the greatest experiences of his life. So very happy to get out and support causes like that, as many of the causes we do support throughout the district.
Fantastic. You've got some town halls coming up. You had one recently in Amro, but you continue to do them to kind of get out there and get in touch with folks. Where are the ones that are coming up, and maybe what's the next one that's coming up?
Well, the next one that's coming up is going to be in Oakfield. I do believe it's this Wednesday. You can check out my Facebook page for more information on that. Also, we have some coming up in the town of Fond du Lac, and I do believe it's the town of Calumet. More information on the Facebook page as well about times and locations. But it's a good opportunity to get out, speak with your legislators, and find out what's going on, and also ask them questions. Or if you got ideas on things that we can be working on, sometimes we actually take constituent ideas and they actually become law. So we've actually done it with a couple bills that have passed. So it's good to get out and meet with people. I always say one of the most rewarding parts of this job is all the good people you meet throughout the entire district in the state of Wisconsin.
That was going to be my follow-up question, was when you get this input from folks come out to a town hall and they say, Senator, we this or that, or they give you information, sometimes it really does go the distance. They come up with an idea. It's not always just your idea to come up with legislation that affects your district. Sometimes it comes organically from the folks that you represent.
Well, really what it comes down to is ideas that come out of the district or somewhere in Wisconsin that there's an issue going on that we need to put legislation forward to either fix a problem or to take care of something that we didn't realize was going to be an issue out there. So it's always good to hear from constituents, and sometimes it's actually their bills, their ideas, and sometimes it's just they bring us the idea and say, hey, I got this idea, you run with it, and we work with them as well too. So, and we also keep them abreast of where we are in the process and things like that, so it can be rewarding for them as well as us. It's
always good to get that face-to-face contact too with constituents instead of emails or messages on social media. It's always good to have that one-on-one.
One-on-ones are the best, but reach out to the office anytime, emails, phone calls, whatever it might be. We're always happy to communicate with you in whatever way you feel best is for you.
And one other thing on the town halls, if someone lives in the city of Oshkosh and say they can't make it to one, if it's in North Fond du Lac, Calumet, whatever, folks can show up whether they live in that area or not, correct?
If you live anywhere in the 18th Senate District or even just outside the 18th Senate District, you want to come talk to me about an idea or something or what's going on in the state legislature, we welcome all constituents. It doesn't matter where you're from. I recently had one in Amro. Most of the people there were from Oshkosh. So it was good to see the citizens from Oshkosh getting out. And most of the time, wherever we have them, it's not the most residents that are from there that are going to be there. Usually the only two times that happens when it's in Oshkosh or Fond du Lac itself.
Perfect. So check out the Facebook page to see when those are going to be coming up.
Correct.
They're going to be all over the 18th Senate District. Lastly, if folks want to get a hold of you just in general, one more time, phone, email, what's the best way to contact your office?
Well, the best way to contact the office is just pick up the phone. It's 608-266-5300. There's also the Facebook page. Email works well. So if you call us, email us, whatever it is, Facebook message, we will get back to you. So please feel free to reach out. We're always happy to hear from you on whatever the issues might be.
Perfect. Senator, thank you so much again for taking some time out of your busy day. We know you're on the go quite a bit, so we appreciate you coming in.
Well, thanks for having me. It's always good to be here.
Thank you. And thank you, folks, for watching, for taking the time to get plugged in on the Oshkosh Capital Connection. Please check out Oshkosh Media on Facebook and on YouTube to watch and share this show, as well as others in government updates and community videos. You can also watch us on Spectrum Cable, Channel 10, AT&T Uverse, Channel 99. On Roku and Apple TV, you can stream us. You can also stream live on OshkoshMedia.org. So once again, thank you for joining us on the Oshkosh Capital Connection, and we'll see you next time.